Dato Sri Najib Razak claims the $800 million in donations he personally received from the Saudi royal family via Tenor Finance Corp was aimed at helping prevent Malaysia from suffering the negative influence of the Arab Spring, which ultimately resulted in regime changes in the Middle East. Najib testified that Loh Teck Joe, who organised meetings between him and King Abdullah bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud and arranged the donations, said the Saudi royalty was impressed by Malaysia's brand of moderate Islam. He claimed that King Abdullah, who died in 2015, knew Malaysia would have a general election in 2013 and that the late ruler had hoped for the stability of the Malaysian government so that the country could serve as a model for the advancements of modern Islamic countries. As the then president for both UMNO and Barisan Nasional, Najib said he was empowered to collect donations for party operations and for expenses related to the general polls, although the gift from King Abdullah was his to spend however he wished. The former PM added it was Joe Loh who advised him to open new bank accounts to receive the monies. He also claimed then Bank Negara Governor Tan Sri Zati Akhtar Aziz had told him that she was well aware of the incoming funds. However, Najib said that in July 2013, he was still left with over 2.1 billion ringgit in his accounts, which made him feel uncomfortable. He told the court that he returned $620 million to Tenor Finance Corp and transferred the remaining 162 million ringgit to a new account. Astro Malaysia Holdings saw its third quarter net profit rise by 11.5% to 170.8 million ringgit on lower net finance costs and tax expenses. The improved earnings came despite a 12.2% drop in revenue to 1.2 billion ringgit due to a decrease in sales of programming rights and subscription, production and advertising revenues. Astro declared a third interim dividend of 2 cents per share. CEO Henry Tan says despite the challenging landscape, Astro continues to deliver solid PATAMI growth. He adds that its newly launched Ultra Box saw a good response with over 10,000 orders to date, while its streaming service Astro Go saw registered users increasing by 14% to 2.4 million, with weekly viewing time jumping 66% to 264 minutes. Going forward, Astro will focus on strengthening its core pay TV and Enjoy businesses by redefining customer value propositions, elevating customer service, and refreshing and aggregating the best content and streaming services. IGB was Bursa Malaysia's top gainer today, closing 15.3% up to an all-time high of RM3.92, with 485,900 shares changing hands. This is far above the RM2.66 average it has been trading at for the past 12 months. The stock had already been running yesterday and extended gains after the group announced its plans to sell a UK-based JV company for £235 million or 1.27 billion ringgit. To recap, IGB, together with its partner Tower, are planning to sell their 50-50 owned UK-based Black Pearl, which owns a plot of freehold land in London. The land is known as 18 Blackfriars Road, SE1 London, and measures 0.80 hectares in total. According to a planning application filed by Black Pearl, it intends to build 6 buildings on the plot, which will include an office space, apartments, a hotel, and a music venue, among others. Going into the new year, analysts are mixed on the direction of the ringgit, with the global economy still racked by uncertainties. RHB Investment Bank expects the ringgit to strengthen to 4.00 against the US dollar by end 2020 on factors including Malaysia's current account surplus and favourable bond yield differentials. The research house believes there is a good chance that FTSE Russell will maintain Malaysia in its World Government Bond Index in March 2020, which would ultimately prop up the ringgit. Hong Leong Investment Bank, in contrast, sees a depreciation bias and expects the US dollar-ringgit exchange rate to average between 4.15 and 4.20 versus 2019's year-to-date average of 4.142. It is bracing for slower GDP growth in the coming year, with a cut in the OPR by 25 basis points by the first half. External factors aside, it says the uncertainty regarding Malaysia's fiscal outlook, domestic policies, and position in FTSE Russell's bond index may also add to the pressure on the ringgit. An economist believes Lembaga Tabung Haji will be able to announce a better dividend this year as its financials improve. Bank Islam Malaysia Chief Economist Dr. Muhammad Afranizam Abdul Rashid told Bernama that he is also positive on the depositors' support with over 87,000 new savings accounts open. However, he did caution depositors to set a reasonable expectation for the dividend rate, saying they need to be cognizant of the prospects for the financial markets, which have been volatile as the US-China trade war threatens to destabilize the global economy. Overall, he told Bernama that Tabung Haji's third quarter performance was decent, with total assets continuing to surpass liabilities by 2.3 billion ringgit, an improvement over the 1 billion ringgit recorded in 2018. Tabung Haji posted a net profit of 500 million ringgit in its latest quarter, boosting its earnings for the first 9 months to 1.3 billion ringgit.